everybody's doing discounts and so on. Okay. I am literally tired of discounts. Please stop doing the whole discount thing. Instead of doing discounts and kind of devaluing your book to try to get more attention. I mean, you can do whatever you like, obviously, but this is something that I have learned over in business. If you're constantly running discounts, you're constantly in a race to the bottom. Are you actually creating enough value or enough of a connection with your audience? So, okay, if you're going to run a discount, that could be a really smart thing to do, but expand your world. Have an upsell, right? So if you have a 99 cent or a $1 little gifty that you give away, what if you also had like a $10 or a $100 sort of upsell? If somebody loves this, they then come and explore this other thing. Now think about that as an author. This is something that we do in marketing or in business. What if you had that? What if you had your discounted sort of freebie leader magnet thing? The idea of using your entire novel as a reader magnet. Um, I don't know exactly what I think about that. It's kind of a big deal. Now, I mean, I love having books on Kindle Unlimited, and I will grab them constantly, largely because I don't have a lot of income. So, okay, again, keep your discounts. Keep your secrets. Keep your Kindle Unlimited or give it away for free or something. But I'd like to encourage you. Let's think about expanding your world. Let's think about doing something bigger that maybe you can make more income. Because hey, if you could make more income as an author, wouldn't you like that? So we're fond of discounts, right? Because discounts are simple, and the way that a brick is simple. Like you pick it up, you throw it, something interesting happens, right? Don't have to think about anything. Discount does one useful thing. It does make the book cheaper. Now, it can get it into the hands of a bunch of people. It can create a lot of buzz. But is there anything else that you've got going on that can capitalize on the buzz that you're creating? So let's do something. Can we make the book matter more? Now, a reader standing before a book is rarely thinking only, can I afford this? And this is me processing what I think. I think a reader is thinking through a nest of small, nervous, readerly thoughts. Will I enjoy this? Will the author waste my evening? Is this world worth entering? Do I care about these people? Will I finish this and feel fed, or will I feel as though I licked the wallpaper in a dentist's office? And a discount will answer, well, at least the wallpaper was cheap. Lick was basically free. No, I'm tired of authors acting like the only lever that they have is making the book cheaper. Everywhere else is marketing, or everywhere else in marketing, businesses do the opposite. Got a little landing page that I saw online, and you can just Google it, swipe where the carousels. I've not purchased their stuff. They seem like they're a really good thing. What they do is they have a core offer that might be very inexpensive, and then they have an upsell that is a lot more pricier. They're using the lower price thing to inspire you to come and purchase the bigger price thing, right? So they stack bonuses. That then also, it increases confidence, increases perceived value, makes the buyer feel like that initial purchase like opened a bigger door. I would imagine you do. You'd want the ongoing relationship. So let's see. Course sellers. If you're selling a course online, we do this constantly. If you buy the course, you get the template, the workbook, the call, the private group, the swipe files, the replay vault, the checklist, the certificate, the audit. They just stack all of these things. And once you create them once, you don't have to create them. Most of these, you don't have to create them again. You just sort of bundle them together in a Google Drive and you make them available. Now, there's a lot of time and thought that's gone into them, and they can be really helpful. If you're selling like the picture that I shared, if you're an Instagram carousel seller, you can buy the pack. You then also get hooks and captions and layout prompts and design examples and content calendars. All of these additional resources, you make them once and then they're available for resale afterwards. Kickstarter does this at a structural level, right? If you back the project, you don't just maybe get the book. You can at the lower levels, for example, if it's a book thing. If you back at higher levels, what do you get? The collector edition, the art print, signed copy, early access. You get all of these lovely extra fun things that bring more value and connect you more deeply to the creator and to the world. And so the authors keep reaching for the tiny lever. Well, maybe I should just run a discount. I think. Let's grow the offer instead. And so that's what this conversation is about. Don't just discount the book, expand the value around it. For example, this is what we'll talk about. What if you had a world Bible, right? Or a character archive? What if you shared a mood map or an art pack or even an author commentary, right? You could even host live reader events only for people who buy your book at the discount during this specific time of the year. Maybe people who buy the book are the exclusive access at this particular time to join your street team or a group of hyper fans. You can have bonus stories. Just there's so many different thoughts that we could get into here. So what if the book stayed the same price? And here's my thought to you. What if the book stayed the same price? You've probably seen this, and it's absolutely frustrating at, what's it called? Black Friday, right? Where it's like, oh, the TV is $399. and it's $399, and then it comes Black Friday, and then it's marked up to $499, and then it's still $399. Okay, now that's just frankly lying. I don't know how to get around that, and we all see that, and it all just makes us mad. Well, what if instead your book is sold at $10 for most of the year, and it's only available at $10? But then if you buy the book for $10 during the special discount time, you'll throw in this bundle that's worth an extra 100. And then after the discount time is over, the bundle goes away and it's available for like an extra 25 on your website or an extra 100 on your website. Okay. Now you're not lying and you're not raising the price, but what you're doing is you're taking that $10, which you would be associated with that book. Or, okay, maybe it's 99 cents for the first book and then the rest of the series or whatever you charge, right? And that's sort of the gateway into them, which I think is a smart thing to do. A lot of authors like to do that. But what if to inspire people to get that first book, you just let them know, hey, for this time frame, look at all this extra that's available, right? If you want more than just a book, we've got in a whole world because you as an author are a production studio. I'm tired of seeing people, right? Well, first of all, what if all authors became smarter business people? Okay. So I'm tired of people spending years writing a book and building a world and developing characters and cutting chapters and researching history and doing all the things that we do, right? And all they get is like one lonely product file on Kindle, and that's all you've got. I'm like, that's just mad. Authors are sitting on treasure. We call it clutter, right? Old notes, character sheets, world Bibles, reader questions, private ideas for the next book. Now, you may not want to share all of that, but to a reader, I mean, can you imagine getting access to Tolkien's notes kind of while he was creating it? I mean, can you imagine being able to give him feedback while he was creating it? That's pretty incredible. If massive movies can release 4K collages and documentaries about how the sausage is made, and then they can double their income and in triple fan engagement, I think we can do that too. So how do we do that? So you can have a look at this nifty infographic. Now, the book is the core offer, meaning it's the beginning. So assuming you have a finished novel. Now, I've got a couple, and I need to put them out there. I'm working on that. The first move is obviously simple. Publish the book, put it on Kindle, sell it direct, make a paperback, whatever that is. But you've got all of this other stuff, characters, locations, world building, research. Okay, well, imagine you had an offer like this. Buy the novel for $9.99 for a limited time, get this, you could sort of create the value. $500 worth of secret world lore or something. So if you had a world Bible, that could become like a bonus. I thought of taking my whole world Bible and just putting it on my website like a wiki. Well, I probably will still do a bunch of that, but what if I had maybe a very nicely designed version or a complete version or one with bonus notes or behind the scene posts, something like that? What if it was all in one neat document or a private link to a wiki? And what if I make that available to anybody who buys the book? Make it feel like an artifact. Could be a PDF or Google Doc, private web page, or something like that. Maybe it's a $5 add-on. Maybe it's free for direct buyers. Scan a QR code in the back of the book, and here's the extra world Bible if you loved this book and you want to go more deeply into understanding what it is. Okay. I think that's so much better than a discount. Imagine you had behind the scenes with your characters, right? So full character descriptions. Maybe there's alternate art that you've got for a particular character. Other ideas that a character could get up to. The readers might actually love to see. I mean, I know I would love to see all of this sort of thing. I mean, I'm also creating it, so I love to see it as the author. It's it's catnip, right? Compared to a discount. Now, you've probably got a mood map. So if you've got Spotify album or like a Pinterest playlist or pictures or galleries of stuff that you've created to inspire you, it sort of charts the emotional territory of the book. What if you put all of that together? The myths, the legends, places, artworks, saints, monsters, histories, obsessions that fed your story. What if you could just put all of that together into some like a nice folder or a document? You could put it all out as blog content, and then after it's available as blog content, you could still put it together as a buyer bonus because convenience factor of having everything in one place is still something worth charging for. Nobody's going to go through your blog where you're posting about everything, you just take it all together. You could do for free. And then you could also, hey, it's all in one place. Here it is. Okay. Artwork. Oh my goodness. If you can do artwork, if you can hire an artist or you can sketch your own or get stock art or generate it, whatever, it makes for additional magic to enrich your world and help people more clearly see what the vibes are that you want them to see. There's also value in just letting them have their own sense of things, but more often than not, you've got a pretty clear idea and you'd love for them to see what you think or what you see. So maybe they've got this full artwork sort of with concept art and concept ideas, and you put it all together as a single bonus. Okay. Now, here, this I thought was pretty really cool idea. Imagine you had a director's cut for a book. Okay, this could just be like an audio file, and you pick up your book and you go through it chapter by chapter. Okay, and you just talk about the inspiration for this chapter, what you thought about it. Okay, you go through page by page, maybe even with a friend. You just comment on each chapter. Um, so why the villain changed, why this chapter almost got cut, how many times you rewrite this, what almost happened in this chapter, what scene came from a real memory, what part maybe scared you, what piece of research changed the whole book. That could easily be like an hour-long, if not more, conversation. And then you could just sort of bundle that. You could frankly give it away for free in pieces, or you could just make it a special little gift that's only for somebody who buys your book. Okay. Um, so much more exciting than a discount. What if you did live readings? And so you could host a private meetup for people who bought your book to come hang out with you and read aloud a chapter of the book. Okay. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to charge for any of this if you don't want to. You could make this something that people could sort of join your little club for like $5 a month, or they're supporting you on Patreon or Substack, and they then get access to this. Or if somebody buys your book, you could send them the private link, right? Maybe they go fill out a little form they can only see. They scan the QR code that's inside the book, right? It's more memorable than a discount. Somebody who gets access to your book and who loves the book, maybe there's an option in there to join a street team, to join a private group full of hyperfans. That's one thing fans love. And we know this from fandoms. We love to meet each other. So maybe give them that opportunity. Maybe it costs something throughout the rest of the year. Maybe it's bundled in and included if you buy the book during a special discount period. Okay, so you're not discounting the book, you're just raising the ceiling of everything that goes into that book. You may have bonus chapters and side stories. I'm routinely doing this. I'm like, oh, this is a side character. He needs his own story for this scene so that I can develop him. And I thought, well, I don't know what to do with that story. I might as well just put it online. Oh, what if you just include it as a bonus inside this special author bonus kit? Okay. And then if you have an ongoing series, that can make it even stronger. So you can collaborate with your audience. And you don't want to talk to like just anybody. Maybe it's just your private group of like 5 people, 50 people, depending on how popular your marketing is. But it's just that private group, and then you partner with them about, okay, you love this book. What are some ideas, right? They can suggest, see early sketches or suggest side characters or vote on a bonus scene, right? You can collaborate with more people. Not everybody will want to do, all of these options, but they will love the fact that you gave them an opportunity to be more involved with you, and it's an exclusive thing that they kind of paid for because they bought a copy of the book and now they got access to all these other things. And the last thing, yes, physical touch can still matter, and that's actually printing something. Now, I would personally never do this because I just don't like to handle the logistics of driving down to the mailbox all the time. But you may absolutely love that. Love the experience of folding and crafting and doing a wax seal and putting a nicely designed whatever and sending it off as a little gift with a little handwritten note. I kind of think is sheer magic to get that from an author. So maybe your entire bonus pack, you print it all off and then you send it off to whoever bought your book during that special time. So what you're doing, think now instead of a discount, what if you thought of an author value stack? So you could stack all of these ideas, right? Director's cut commentary, story DNA reading guide, your soundtrack or playlist. Again, a lot of these you may make available around your website or it's posted throughout your blog. But what you're doing is putting it all together in the one place. Again, the world is valuable to the fans. Think of the Star Wars extended guides. The author's process is valuable to fans, right? Stephen King talks about his process all the time. The notes that an author has are valuable to fans. Think of Tolkien. You don't have to be dead to be capitalizing on this. What if you're alive? Okay. The readers are valuable to fans. Think of J.K. Rowling's mega fandom base, right? The author's live presence is valuable to fans. Think of Sanderson hand signing everything. You physically doing something creates a special layer of connection. And yes, your unfinished fragments may be valuable to fans, like unfinished tales, right? So instead of buy my book because it's on sale, what if you were to try? Here's the secret atlas, character archive, deleted side story, director's commentary, and an invite to my next live reader night. No additional cost, just the cost of the book. So instead of shrinking the price, what if we expanded the value? And if you've got better ideas, I would love to know what they are. Drop them in the comments. Tell me what you think. If you test anything, tell me what you think, because I think this is pretty interesting stuff.